Hey everyone. So the year has just kicked off, right? And while most of us were probably just getting back into the groove, something pretty wild was happening in European tech. A whole bunch of startups quietly became billion-dollar companies. So today we're going to dig into this incredible surge and what it all means.
Okay, so here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll look at this unicorn stampede to see just how big it is. Then, we'll get into some important reporters' fine print. After that, it's time to meet the new class of companies. And finally, we'll try to find the signal in the noise to figure out what's really going on.
All right, first up, a unicorn stampede. So, how big was this January surge really? Well, in just 1 month, the European tech world churned out a whole wave of super valuable companies. And that, right at the start of the year, signals some serious momentum.
So to give you a real sense of the scale here, let me ask you a question. What do you think Belgium, Lithuania, France, Germany, and Ukraine all have in common right now? I mean, in the world of tech and venture capital. The answer is 5. In just the month of January alone, Europe created 5 brand new unicorns, one with roots in each of those countries. I mean, that is an absolutely incredible pace to set right out of the gate.
And, just a quick refresher for anyone who needs it, when we say unicorn, we're talking about a privately held startup that's valued at over $1 billion. It's that huge milestone that basically tells the world, hey, investors think this company has hit the big leagues.
Okay, so before we jump in and meet these companies, we need to get a little context. The source for our explainer, an article by Anna Haim, lays out a couple of really important things to keep in mind, kind of like the fine print.
First off, what even is a European company these days? It's not always so simple. Some of these startups might be officially set up in the US, but their founders, their teams, their whole origin story, it's all deeply European. So for this list, that's what we're looking at, that fundamental European DNA.
And the second thing is super important. Just because a company has $1 billion price tag doesn't guarantee it's going to be a massive success. But here's the key. What it does mean, especially right now, is that there is huge investor confidence. It's a massive signal that people with serious money believe these companies are onto something big.
So, with all that in mind, let's do it. Let's meet the new class. This is the fun part, where we see exactly who's shaking things up and attracting all this capital.
First up, we've got Aikido, a cybersecurity powerhouse coming straight out of Belgium. And let me tell you, cybersecurity is an incredibly tough space to break into.
But they did it. With their latest funding round, they hit that magic number right on the nose, a $1 billion valuation.
And the numbers behind that valuation really tell the story. A $60 million Series B is a big deal, especially with a top-tier investor like DST Global leading the way. But look at that growth, 5 times revenue growth, and they're already being used by over 100,000 teams. That is some serious traction.
And I love this quote from the company, because it just sums it all up, right? They know they're in an industry dominated by giants from Silicon Valley and Israel, and they're showing the world that yes, Europe can build a top-tier security company and win on the global stage. All right, next up is Cast AI. Now, this company is a perfect example of that first fine print point we talked about. Their headquarters are technically in Florida, but their roots, their DNA, is 100% Lithuanian, with a big office still in Vilnius. So after a new strategic investment, their valuation is now officially pushed past that $1 billion mark. And this is a huge deal for the country, too, making Cast AI Lithuania's 5th ever unicorn. Their whole game is cloud optimization. And what's really interesting is their new product, which is all about making AI workloads more efficient. They're tackling one of the biggest, most expensive problems in tech right now. Pretty smart. Okay, get ready for this one. Harmattan AI is a French defense tech startup, and the speed at which this company has grown is just breathtaking. It's been meteoric. And just look at that valuation, $1.4 billion. That's not just squeaking past the unicorn line. That's blowing right past it. It shows massive, massive confidence from their investors. I mean, the details here are just wild. They were founded in 2024, and in just 2 years, they've already raised a $200 million Series B. Their lead investor is Dassault Aviation, the company that makes the Rafale fighter jet, and they have partnerships with the defense ministries of France, Britain, and Ukraine. That says everything you need to know.
Okay, so from defense tech, we're making a hard pivot to sustainability. Our fourth unicorn is Osapiens, a German company that's all about ESG software. And that stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance Reporting, which is this hugely complex but vital area for big corporations now.
So, after their latest funding round, their valuation is now sitting pretty at over $1.1 billion. They're basically building the tools that big companies need to track everything from their carbon footprint to supply chain risks.
And our final unicorn of the month is Preply. They're an online marketplace for language learning. But honestly, this is so much more than a business story. Its founders are Ukrainian, and the company has a team of 150 people in Kyiv. Its success is just an incredible symbol of resilience.
So we've met these 5 really different, really impressive companies. What's the takeaway? What's the bigger picture here? What's the signal we should be getting from this whole unicorn stampede?
I mean, think about it. We've seen cybersecurity, AI, defense tech, ESG software, and edtech. The diversity here is just stunning. We're not just seeing consumer apps, we're seeing deep, serious technology solving major global problems. This shows a real maturity in the European tech ecosystem, and it is clearly attracting serious money from all over the world. This doesn't feel like a fluke, it feels like a powerful signal. And it leaves us with one massive question. Is this the moment Europe's tech scene is truly just getting started